please welcome to our lectern, Paul Abramson.
I am a Toastmaster. I am one of many, yet I am still unique. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, that should be the first commandment of Toastmasters. So everybody, please repeat after me. I am a Toastmaster.
I am a Toastmaster.
I am one of many.
I am one of many.
I am unique.
I am unique.
You are about to embark on an incredible journey. And you will all be the leaders. We are here because we all want to improve our communication and leadership abilities. Note, I did not use the word skills. I believe the word abilities is more appropriate. So you might be saying, who is this guy standing in front of me? He has the nerve to tell me what my goals are? Believe me, we're all here for the same thing. We want to become better communicators. I remember when I first joined Toastmasters, I was very eager to give my icebreaker speech. That's the very first speech. I was looking forward to it. In fact, the first time after my initiation, that was when I gave my speech. And I came here prepared. I had all these props. I had pictures. I had diagrams. I was throwing things at things, and I also had butterflies in my stomach. And I remember the best part of the evening. The best part was after the meeting and the feeling of accomplishment. I've since given several icebreaker speeches. I've gone through the CC manual before. I've given several icebreaker speeches. I learned one thing, it doesn't have to be difficult. My second icebreaker speech was very, very different. No props, no photos, no written notes. I just pulled up a chair, sat down, introduced myself. I'm Paul Abramson. I do this, I do that. And before I knew it, I was taking home the trophy, the ribbon. I answered all the questions and everybody knew who I was. It's not that difficult. Communicating, we do that every day. It could be very, very simple. A case in point. Just last week, I was at what I call an edible substance vending facility. And I told one of the employers, because I wanted him to do something, I wanted something from him. I told him I wanted a number 3. Very simple communication. He listened to me and understood that not only did I want him to serve me a double cheeseburger, order of fries, and a drink, but I was willing to pay the listed price. That was a win-win situation for both of us. Not only did I get served a delicious meal, but he was able to fulfill his duties to his employer. I could have told you that in a much simpler way. I could have just said I went to Wendy's and ordered a cheeseburger, hamburger, and fries, and a drink, but that would be boring, wouldn't it? How many of you have yet to give your icebreaker speech? What are you waiting for? It's not difficult. When you're up on the stage, you know your message. All you have to do is get the ball rolling. like at a bowling alley. You could roll a strike. Sometimes the ball will go in the gutter. You'll make mistakes. We're here, we're learning. We're here, we could make mistakes. It doesn't matter. Because we know that that ball is going to come back to us. And if we keep rolling that ball, we're going to make a strike. Some of you might be thinking, well, I don't want to be a professional speaker. I say, well, I don't care. Get up here. Don't say no to stage time. I spent time listening to a lot of CDs, a lot of professional speakers, a lot of Toastmasters saying, big mistake is to say no to stage time. Because when opportunity knocks, if you keep ignoring it, it's not going to knock again. And besides, if you don't get up and speak, why are you here? You want to learn how to communicate. And I'm seeing some things that have baffled me for a long time. I see people join Toastmasters, but they have been ignoring that golden rule, that golden opportunity. It takes them a while to give their icebreaker speech. We have a vice president of education. She has made an assignment sheet, which she passes around. This is giving you the opportunity to fill that out and sign it, fill it out, and make a promise that you're going to give your speech, or you're going to fulfill some of the other duties, like being a Toastmaster, being a table topics master, being a timer. It's not where it ends. If you don't show up, if you say you're going to be here and you're not here, what's going to happen? You're not going to get that opportunity again, are you? Because the last thing we want is for people to not show up and for us to have to scramble at the beginning of each meeting to try to fill some of these goals. Point is, I've known what I wanted to do. I've known that I wanted to be the guy behind the movie camera, behind the set, saying action. I knew that. I knew I wanted to be able to lead people, and I think I came to the right place. So, you're being offered stage time. As I said before, it's a big mistake to refuse the stage time, and because in the real world, that opportunity might not knock again. Communication, it's a two-way street. While you are learning how to speak and relay your message, we have a person who is known as an evaluator, and other people. That person is practicing the listening skills, because communication doesn't mean anything if there's no one there to receive the message. That person is listening to what you're doing, paying attention, and giving you feedback from their point of view of the way you presented your message. If you promise to give a speech and you don't show up, or you don't call ahead and say, look, I can't do this, then that person, that evaluator, loses out also. They lose the opportunity because they want to get up and they want to practice their listening skills. That's not fair. So when our VPE sends out the assignment sheet, if she's given you an assignment or if you have volunteered for something, please acknowledge it, initial it, sign it, and when she sends out the emails reminding you, please get back to her, because we do need to know. And if I leave you with any other thought, please remember the first commandment of Toastmasters is, I am a Toastmaster. I am one of many.
One of many.
And I am unique. Mr. Toastmaster.